All right, lads, welcome back to me podcast, Cheaper Than Therapy. Mick Thomas here. How are you? Thanks for liking, subscribing, sharing, and all of that stuff. Thanks for coming on back. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate you. Also, check out my other podcasts with me good buddy Corey Brooks, The Manxiety Show. Also available wherever you get your podcasts from. Still here on YouTube. Thought it would have been kicked off after last week, but I yet again I get to hang on for another week. Although I do want to apologize, last week my sound did go on this one, so I'm trying to rip the sound from YouTube and put it back onto the Spotify ones and the Apple and all that and the iTunes one. So I will get that hopefully up this week. But I do apologize for the technical difficulties I had with my sound. Also, come see me live this Saturday. I am in Arizona on the 22nd at the Nile Theater. 2 shows. Tickets on sale. Go to the niletheater.com if you're in Mesa, in Mesa. I hope I'm saying it right. In Arizona. I really can't wait to go there. 120 degrees. Why wouldn't I go to the hottest place on the planet during the hottest time of the year, during the hottest time of the Earth's ball of fire? But why wouldn't I? I like the heat. So I'm looking forward to it. And also in Florida, 1819 Madcap Comedy Club. Can't wait to head down that way. Tickets are available at all the websites, all below. But anyway, I probably might do a different intro from now on. All right, lads, because I was at a party this weekend with my family, and it was a kind of a talent thing. And my son went up and just did an impression of me, and he just kind of really shit on me. Did a terrible impression of me about the podcast, going, all right, lads, which makes me conscious now of how I speak. What are you going to do? I hope are we all supporting the SAG strike, right? All Hollywood has come to a stop now. We're not making any more movies, no more TV shows. And I'm very hurt that I'm very concerned that SAG are on strike now, because they've stopped working. They've stopped making. I mean, where else are we going to get our shitty movies from? Where are we going to get our shitty TV shows? Like, how many TV shows are you watching right now do you think are actually good, but you're only watching because they're your only options? There's nothing else out there. Where else are we going to get our forced, hey, look at this interracial couple that always happens, right? You know what I mean? I'm not saying they don't exist. Of course they exist. But not enough for them to be the driving force of a TV show or a movie. You know, it's always that, like, you know, it's a nice put together, like a slim kind of like a black lady, and it's never an Indian and a Mexican. It's always like a black and white, and that's progress apparently according to Hollywood. And it's never like a real, you see, because I don't see it a lot, actually. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I do have a friend. You don't see a lot of white males with black females, right? I don't know. Again, it's just not something I have seen, but I have seen tons of the other way. I've seen a lot of black guys with a lot of white girls. Big ones. They do like the big white girls, which is fine. Which is fine. Coincidence, probably. That just happened to be what I see. But I just think, this forced bullshit of TV, right? We're supposed to sit there and watch these movies and TV shows with all of this forced wokeness on us. I don't know what we're going to do without it. I said don't make them anymore. Like we made a movie, Sound of Freedom, which I spoke about last week, and I lost over 1,000 followers because I talked about that movie, because apparently I was called a QAnon conspiracy guy. Heaven forbid you should highlight something that's going on in the world. Like, your political belief overrides children being sex trafficked. But that's okay. I'm glad those people left. I really am. I'm glad they're gone. Good luck to you. I don't care. I'm glad you're gone. I don't want you around me, near me, follow me. And here's the thing. What if I was wrong? What if the movie was wrong? What if the movie was lying? What's the worst thing that happened? You saw a movie about the potential of child trafficking. You know what I mean? It didn't do any harm to anybody. And then I was seeing these people were sending me these clips, like a compilation of about 20, 30 videos. I stopped watching them. All at AMC, where the movie theater was breaking down. The air conditioning, they just stopped working the air conditioning so people would leave. People would go to buy tickets online, you would see them, and all the seats are sold out. But yet you go into the theater and it's wide open, it's empty. It was weird. It's just a weird time. But I'm not going to talk about Sound of Freedom this time. But I was going to do maybe a follow-up, but I figured, maybe we'll do a little bit light-hearted episode this week, since your last week's topic was so heavy. 216 was a bit heavy, so here we are at 217. So I am worried about the strike. I do have family members who work unions and that kind of stuff, who work on the sets of movies, so they have to now stay home and just dip into their savings, which is kind of tough. But I'm looking at movies that are coming out, and it scares me for what's about to come out. I saw I don't know if you've seen the new Snow White movie, which is coming out. It's not Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It is Snow White and the Forest Creatures, because I'm not tech savvy enough to bring up the picture up here of, I would be talking about it and boom. But I saw this picture of they leak the movie, the stills from the movie, and it shows Snow White, and she's walking in the field, and it's it looks like 7 homeless people from Portland. There's one dwarf, one little fella. Everyone else is just normal. Everyone else is normal. Just except they're non-binary, right? They're all non-binary, which isn't a thing. It's not a thing. Sorry, it's not a thing. So they're just walking, and they're waving to Snow White, and she's in the get-up. She's in the same outfit that we all know Snow White in the woods. So there's no dwarfs. So now you're talking about being woke, right? So you just have all different races, which is fine. Different sexes, right? I don't remember being any females in it, but that's in the book, which is based on a book. All male. No, it's just men, women, well, non-binary, right? But you know what you're looking at. Right? I'm not going to hold up an orange and go, that's an apple. Or maybe it's a pear. You don't know. You know what you're looking at, right? So you know what you're looking at when you see this picture. Please Google it. Just Google it yourself so you know what I'm talking about. I'm not a spa. Spa in Ireland is a insult for someone who's spastic, which is kind of insulting disabled people. I'm disabled. So it's not. Whatever. I thought I'd just shame myself there. Also, when you look at it, Snow White is Hispanic, right? So she's extremely, extremely tanned. Now, I think Disney they lost $900 million on all their last few movies, their last set of movies I think they're aiming for just a straight up billion. I think that's their goal, just to get, what would it be like if we lost $1 billion? I bet you won't do it. Fucking watch me. Right? Now, here's the thing. If you're not going to make the movie, like, first of all, nobody asked for it. Even if you casted the whitest girl, even if you casted Taylor Swift to play Snow White, and little, like, midgets, dwarfs, whatever you want to call them. You can't call them dwarfs, but dwarfism is an actual medical condition, same as giantism. Giantism is an actual thing, but you can't say dwarf, even though dwarfs, call us, we don't care. We have dwarfism, the ones that, right? And so they're all fine with it, like, but we again, as people, we like to speak for other people and tell them that, no, you should be offended, but we're not. No, you should be offended. You shouldn't call you what you are. Whatever. Let's ignore you're that height. I don't see anyone that height. I see a regular person. If I look down, I see a regular person. Do you know what I mean? Like when I go to a supermarket and one of them asks me to get something off the top shelf, I don't go, but I don't understand how you can't reach it. You're a regular heighted person. You're not allowed to call things what they are. But anyway, so I'm watching this and I'm thinking, like, if you're all for that, helping out people, then why are you costing dwarfs their jobs? That's 6 more dwarfs now that can't go to work. They don't have a job. They don't have a job because you have decided to. Like, you could have, like, there's enough famous dwarfs out there. Like, I'm being serious, that you could put in this movie. There's enough. Brad Williams, right? My buddy Brad Williams, top of the list. I had them all off the top of my head. I was going to list them. The kid from The Joker, he's a comic. Met him twice. He's a comic. He's in the Joker. Little dwarf. The guy from why can't I remember the guy from Game of Thrones? Dwarf. The black guy. Fucking dwarf. Like Warwick Davis. Like there's enough dwarves there to give him jobs, lads. But you don't want to insult people, so you want to put a bunch of fucking non-binary, different races. Again, the race thing doesn't bother me. Different fucking, just you put one dwarf in there just to keep everybody happy. That's your, I don't get your fucking thing. And then you look at Snow White. Snow White, which is a book based on a German princess written by Brothers Grimm, which are, fucking hundreds of years old, after writing some of the most legend fairy tales of all. Whose skin was white as snow. That was her description. Whose skin is white as snow. She does tan though. She spends a lot of time in the sun. If it's Germany, there's no sun. Germany's like Ireland. We don't get sun. It's just not. Look how pasty I am. And I'm tanned. I'm tanned right now. Look how white I am. I go back to Ireland, people are like, oh my God, look at Mr. Exotic with his tan. Irish people are like kind of people of Avatar. We're more like them. Blue. We're just blue people. That's how cold we are. Germans are the same. So Snow White her skin was white as snow. But you thought, you know what, we want to break the barriers and change Snow White. Her last name wasn't White, by the way. If her name was just Snow White, this is my dad, Stephen White, my mom, Becky White, is my brother. He's such an annoying guy. Oh my God, that's Kieran White. He's so annoying. He's my brother. That's my dog. I hate when dog people give their dog a last name. That's embarrassing, isn't it? When you go to a vet. And my dog's Benny. They go Benny Thomas. No, it's just Benny. But Benny Thomas. Benny is his name. That's it. That's all we care about. Just Benny. So it's not like Snow White. She's not like Mrs. White. We're the whites. She's Snow White because her skin is white as snow. That's it. That's the reason why she had it. And you changed that. And you took that away for some reason. I think at this stage you're doing it to piss people off. Like, it's not pissing me off because you know what? I wasn't going to go see the movie anyway. I really wasn't, no matter how you're going to. And I'm a big Disney fan. I'm starting to fall out. When I go into Florida next month, I am going to go to the parks. I'm a big fan of the parks. But I genuinely, for the first time, I do have a Disney tattoo on my arm that I kind of want to get removed. I do. I'm looking to get it removed and covered up. Because it's kind of embarrassing now what you're doing, Disney. It's really, really embarrassing. At this stage in the fucking game, at this stage of your movie career, Walt would be turning over in his frozen Nazi flag grave if he saw what was going on right now. This is like, it's an outrage, man. Like, I don't know what your goal, and there's no Prince Charming in it now. Remember she died? And Prince Charming came up, gave her a kiss. It's a fairy tale. Not in this one. That's toxic masculinity. Because heaven forbid a man should help. Right? Heaven forbid. But now Snow, it's going to be, I don't know, she wake herself up. Did she kiss herself? She Michael Jackson? Kiss myself. I don't get it. I'm not going to go see it. I wasn't going to go see it anyway. I'm kind of going to sit there with popcorn just to watch how much it's going to bomb. And I don't like failure. I don't like people to not succeed. But I do believe in people should learn a lesson. And, that's, you're made a movie. You're fucking change everything around. And you're going to bomb. I don't know if your goal is to just, if that's like remember the movie Brewster's Millions with Richard Pryor? He was given so much money. If you can blow this money, then we'll give you more money, blah, blah, blah. And I think that's what they're doing at this stage. I think Disney has too much money and they have to kind of get rid of it before the seventh son arrives, and they have to sacrifice more people to their Dark Lord. And if they don't get rid of all that money by the seventh son, they're in trouble. So say, I know what we'll do. We'll just fucking do everything wrong. We'll do everything fucking wrong. We'll make a bunch of shit that nobody's going to watch, that people are going to get mad about. And then you know what? The Dark Lords will love us. Maybe that's what's going to happen. I don't know. I'm not a scholar. What are you going to make? They're going to make another fucking documentary on the Gilgo Beach guy. If you're not paying attention, Gilgo Beach is a beach on Long Island. And they found evidence this week. He's been going on for a while. They found, I think it was like up to 18 bodies in the beach, around the marshes and that kind of stuff. They found 18 bodies on the beach in Gilgo. Here's the thing. I live on Long Island. right? The beach near me is called Smith Point, right? And you know what's scary about they found all these 18 bodies at Gilgo Beach? Here's the scary thing. The beach by my house is still voted the worst beach on Long Island. Do you know what I mean? You find a beach with 18 bodies on it and you still think the beach by my house is worse. What the So this guy, Rex Heuerman, Howerman, I don't know. I can't read my own writing again, or I just probably can't read. They kind of caught him this week on some stuff. They were able to find DNA from pizza boxes and pizzas and all that shit. They followed him in the city. And it's so funny because there's like 18 sex workers. It's not 18. We've all learned from Law and Order that if you're a sex worker, you're not a person. They're like, every episode starts off with two cops in an alleyway with a cup of coffee, right? And like, so what have we got here? I'm like, nah, we got a prostitute dead. There's no such thing. A young lady was murdered. It's like, nah, dirty prostitute. Have you spit on the body yet? Not yet. Some of the cops are lining up to do it. We're going to spit on the body, and then we're going to go back to the station and we're gonna write up a report. But that's why I brought you the coffee, so you could get enough fluids in your body, so you could probably piss on the body because it's just a sex worker. Blech. That's it's not women. It's not 18 women dead. It's not 18 ladies. Oh my God, isn't it a tragedy? We found 18 females dead or non-binary. We can't assume their gender. It's just whores. 18 Craigslist whores we found dead. And so they find the guy, and I think, and I saw it's already started. It's already started, the conspiracy theories. Oh my God, lads. Just one, and it's always the conspiracy theories, right? Are all these, what are you? Let's be honest, ladies, let's be honest, right? What are you? It's a bunch of bank tellers, stay-at-home moms who work for the PTA. A bunch of the same shit, right? Well, here's what's going on. If you went out and had a fucking job, you would, this shit, like, here's what I think it is. You need to listen to podcasts. Like, I saw this documentary the other day on Tubi, and it was about, remember that other girl from Long Island who went missing? She went off dating a guy from Florida. She got killed. Then the boyfriend, was hiding in Florida's parents' house. Then he killed himself. I don't know, Gabby or something her name was. Google it yourself. You do the work. And when I watched the documentary on that on Tubi, there's not even, like, real people on there talking about it. It's fucking influencers who have crime podcasts. And here's what I believe happened. Who gives a fuck what you think, you dumb bitch? What do you do? Who are you? You have enough time on your hands to make a shitty crime podcast, and all of a sudden they're paying you to come on and you're an expert. Well, if you look at her social media, in one picture she's holding a sandwich with her left hand, but she's right-handed. So therefore her boyfriend must be battering her. That's the type of shit. I swear to God, go look at the fucking documentary on Tubi about Gabby something her name is. Whatever. I know that's disrespectful to not learn the lady's name. But that's what it is now. So anyway, this conspiracy theorist lady, she's out there and telling me, like, they shouldn't call it Gilgo Beach because the beach actually happened on Oak Beach. Oak Beach is a part of Gilgo Beach, you daft fucking idiot. And it's also like, and everyone nobody talks about the 911 call that Suffolk County. Look, let me stop you right there, sweetheart. Suffolk County has probably listen, I got a bunch of friends who are cops for Suffolk County. Suffolk County on Long Island. I live in Suffolk County. Some of the dumbest. You give people, with conspiracies, man, they give people way too much credit. Way too much credit when it comes to covering up. Like, remember they went to Texas and the school shooting and the cops were just fucking idiots and they didn't go in time. They were waiting for orders. And they talk about a conspiracy with that one. Like, oh, they did it on purpose. You look, these fat cops, most cops are fat now. Just big, out of shape, fucking idiots. Do you think they have the intelligence? They don't have enough intelligence to lose a bit of weight, right? They're not on that mindset of like a healthy mind. A healthy mind should tell me, I chase criminals. I need to run away from a gunfight if one happens. I need to chase down a bad guy, run up some stairs to save somebody. They don't have the intelligence to lose a bit of belly fat. But you're assuming that they have the intelligence to have this cover up like a school shooting, or a cover up like all the cops got together and ignored a 911 call from a guy. It's bananas. So they caught this guy and they're going to start a trial, and and I feel bad. And of course, it's every fucking one is talking about it on Long Island. And then they interview neighbors on, like, why do we need to know what the man on the street thinks? These ethical coaches, he shouldn't have murdered those people. Thank you, Stephen. I'm glad we've talked to Stephen in Massapequa Park, who's home on a Wednesday. at 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm glad we got your take on it, Stephen. Will I work nights? Well, you know what I mean? This is just, and this is what everyone's going to be talking about now, and this is why I don't read the paper, this is why I don't go on the media, this is why I don't follow, because all they're going to do is try and milk it as much as they possibly can. Anyway, go check it out yourself, check it out. I gotta get off now anyway, and I can't do that with you watching. Boo, old hacky joke. Anyway, thanks for liking, listening, subscribing, sharing and commenting and all that stuff. I do appreciate you. Come on back and come see me again, Arizona this Saturday, Nile Theatre, and in Florida, New Smyrna Beach, Friday and Saturday, 18-19. Looking forward to seeing you. And as always, wash your hands, you dirty fuckers. Good luck to you. Good luck to you.